Hey guys, it's Colin at Apache Camping Center. Today we've got a good one for you. It is the Adventure ADRB from Adventure. They're based out of Yakima, Washington. They are an excellent company, local to the Northwest here up in Washington. We have a very unique style camper today. This is going to be fitted for 5'5" beds all the way up to 8-foot beds. And that comes down to the center of gravity. There aren't that many 5'5" beds that will be weight-wise capable to handle this, or payload-wise be able to handle this, because it is getting closer to 2,000 pounds dry. The listed on the outside is gonna be 1,787 pounds. Now Adventure does do something unique to some different campers, and we'll be able to see on the inside where they list the actual weight of this specific camper with the options added. Now, as a smaller camper, it is pretty well outfitted from the get-go. There are some amenities that are nice to be added or upgraded into, like the AC up top or the solar panel up top, which on this one, it is a 12.5K BTU and a 100-watt solar panel. But having the awning standard, having the electric jack standard for something this size is really nice. Not to mention that it's already 4-season capable. So you have all of your pipes, all of your lines with water in it are all encapsulated in there. Your sewer connection and everything is down below, inside that door, fully insulated, so you don't have any valves or anything exposed. You have a hard ladder on the outside, which makes it really nice to get up and down. Nice bar handle to get in and out, especially when you're hopping up onto a truck. I know we have it on the ground right now, which is an excellent way to use it, but when it's up on the truck, you're kind of climbing up to get there. Having a handle on there, very, very convenient. Now the awning standard up on the top, really nice to have, especially off the back. A lot of people like to have it on the passenger side because that was usually your campsite, but on the back is where you're mainly using it to go in and out of your camper, keeping you dry, keeping you out of the sun. As you can tell, I'm kind of hanging out back here because it is nice and cool back here and a little bit hotter out in the sun. Now, another interesting thing to note, you do have the outdoor speakers standard on here, which is nice for entertainment. You'll see the vents for the fridge. That is a two-way fridge on the inside. We'll get to take a look at that. Now, in here, this is a sideways propane tank. It's a 20-pound propane tank, and they've mounted it sideways just for the orientation of how everything's laid out inside. It gives you a little bit more room. They've been able to fit a bit more propane capacity in that sideways orientation. You may come upon some fill stations that aren't too keen on filling sideways propane tanks, but I haven't heard really that many complaints overall from being able to find a place that can fill it for you. Like I said, you do have happy jacks all around. It is 4-season capable. The windows are single pane instead of dual pane, so that is one thing to note when you are looking at this camper. The roof material is TPO. Like I said, you do have a 100-watt solar panel up on there that is optioned for it. And now that we've seen a little bit about the outside, let's take a look at the inside and see what they've packed into this camper under 2,000 pounds that fits on a 5'5" bed all the way up to an 8-foot bed. Coming into the keyless entry here, you do have a key option, but you can put the code in. This is going to be pretty well outfitted. So on the right-hand side here, you do have a rollover couch. This table pops off and you can roll this over. I will show that to you right here. All right, so for this table, it actually slides back and forth, but what we can do is just pop it off the post there. We're just gonna stick that up on the bed for now. And this is where it becomes really convenient. Is you have your couch, and it's called a rollover for a reason. You roll it over, now you've got your bed. This is going to be much smaller than the bed up front, laid in for you. Diagonal, my feet are just on the edge, so this is 6'5", laying diagonal. If I scrunch up a lot, you know, being a taller person, I'm used to sleeping in smaller spots and being able to scrunch up and be able to sleep. If you're not necessarily like that, it is a smaller bed. It is actually pretty comfortable. That seam in there isn't too noticeable. So keep in mind, smaller than a queen size for sure, but very easy to put up and put down while you're camping. On the left-hand side, you do have your fully enclosed wet bath. And I will jump in there and show you a 6'5" person. I do have to sit down, take a shower, and it is well defined, but a little bit cramped. It is a smaller camper, but you're getting a lot with it. All right, so checking out the bathroom now. If I was to get in here, even with that sunroof, yeah, I'm not really, I'd be ducking quite a bit. If I were to sit down though, I do have quite a bit of room. With the door closed, my knee might be hitting that door. But again, 6'5", very long legs. I fit in here pretty well. I am going to have to sit down to take a shower though. Up top, again, this is coming in standard. You do have your interior entertainment system. So your speakers, your CD, DVD, Bluetooth, everything that you'd want for entertainment, you can hook up there. A 12-volt USBs top and some storage. Now these are the nicer hinges that do hold that door open for you. You have a Suburban furnace that has the controls right here. 110 outlet here. Another USB plugs up there. And your furnace does come out right below actually the fridge. Like I said, on the exterior, this is a two-way fridge. You can flip it on and off from gas to electric there. And on the inside, do you have a fair bit of storage. Again, on those two ways, you get those fins in the back, and that takes up a little bit of room. This does have a freezer area, which is a little bit more generous. Could get maybe a couple ice trays in there for those nice sunset drinks. Let's come around to the kitchen. This is a 2-burner stove. A lot of prep space for this small of a camper. You have a nice big basin sink with hot and cold taps. No spray hose, but that'll do you just fine. Up top for storage on the dishes, do have a fair bit of storage in there. You have actually USB and USB 3 connections on this guy here. And coming over to the vent, that is a range hood. So you have your fan, your light, microwave up top. You do have your solar panel if you do have the solar panel option for 100, I think up to, you can actually option up quite a bit on the solar. Contact your dealer for a bit more information on that. You have all of your information for your black tanks, gray tanks. You got your water heater, water pump, all your lights. And then moving down below, a little bit more storage for pots, pans, maybe your silverware on here. Below that, you do have some access to your plumbing there. You'll have your low point drains so you can drain out your camper while you're storing it. Fuse box, CO2 sensor. And coming up, there's a little bit of a jump into that bed, but it is a full queen size bed. That is very nice to have in this type of a camper. Let me back up for 2 seconds here. Let's look back in this cupboard. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this is where they actually put their stated actual weight on here. So this one actually, as it sits, is going to be 1,787 pounds. I'm sorry, this one as it sits is 2,005 pounds. Actual weight with factory installed options. So that is this one that we are sitting in. In the bed area, you have your smaller hanging locker, your drawer up front, and a little cubby to the driver's side. And up top, you see those pouches up there. That's for anything that you could fit up there, phones, books, anything that you'd like. Above that, you do have your fan that you can help get that airflow through this camper as you're camping. Let me jump in there. Let me show you what it looks like with a 6'5" individual inside of the bed. So climbing in, I do have to duck quite a bit. There's no way I'm really sitting up and hanging out on this bed. It's just a lower profile. If I scoot all the way up in here, it's a little bit of a crawl. But yeah, this is a full-size queen. So if you are a couple you'll be able to fit in here pretty good. It actually makes it feel a lot larger once I'm back here looking up. I don't have anything to really hit my head on when I'm sitting up, except for the ceiling, but that's pretty far away. But a lot of room to move around. It feels very spacious, especially with these platforms on either side, to be able to give you that room. So I am 6'5". As a taller individual, I'd probably option it without the AC. This does come down about a few inches, probably 2 inches, and maybe 2.5 with these little knobs here. In the middle, it is a little bit disruptive. If you're a little bit shorter, you're gonna have no problem. Regular head height, I do have about 2 inches of room there. This is the ADR-B 2025 edition from Adventurer. If you are interested in this model or any other Adventurer models that you may have, you can always download the brochure linked below or get in contact with us at apachecamping.com.